Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Thanksgiving preparation. Today is Wednesday, November 14th, so next Thursday the 22nd. So 8 days away till Thanksgiving. This is pretty much the week that I do all my preparation for Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite holidays. It's one of my favorite holidays to entertain and celebrate at my home. My kids love when I have Thanksgiving, and it's something that I want to carry on for years to come, and hopefully when my kids are all grown, they still come back and we do our same traditions. But I have a lot of things on my list, pretty much self-explanatory kind of things, but I figured I would share them with you guys. If you're someone that's having Thanksgiving for the first time and are a little bit nervous, don't worry, it's super easy. Just preparing a week ahead of time is the key, because then you'll be scrambling to try to get it all done, and you'll be the crazy lady in the supermarket, like trying to fight for, like green bean casserole, fried onions or something, because that was me one year. But anyway, so the first step for the week before is, I have my whole list right here, so I am probably going to be looking down. So number one is contacting your family members who are going to be coming to see what they plan on bringing or what they can bring, because you can't do it all yourself 100%. I like to do a lot myself, just because I kind of have like a system. But if you don't, or you don't have the storage for the food, or the amount of pots and pans that you're gonna need, or the oven space and things like that, ask people, ask for help. See what other people can bring for you. Separate your list in categories by appetizers. If you're gonna have a soup first, like if you're gonna have courses, dessert, if you're gonna celebrate something that day, different things like that. Break down your list into different courses, and then just mark them like who's gonna be bringing that. And then always make sure when you make your list of who's gonna be bringing what, make sure you get, maybe like on your planner, on your phone, you set an alarm for a couple days before, and you call the people and just confirm, like, hey, are you still doing this or making that? Because if not, I'll have to go to the store and get something to replace it. So number two is make a meal menu list. So you're basically going to write down all the things that you want to have for the dinner and the different courses. So in our case, we do have escadole soup before our courses begin. We used to have a red gravy with macaroni, like raviolis or something, but it's so heavy and filling that we cut that out. So we have escadole soup. We have our main course with turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberries, green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole, pineapple stuffing, corn souffle, biscuits, cranberry sauce. Did I mention that? So you name it, it's there. And then we have our dessert. It's always my husband's birthday that week, so we celebrate my husband's birthday. This week, I believe there's 2 other birthdays along with my husband's that we're celebrating, and we're also gonna be celebrating my son making his confirmation. So it's going to be a very big dessert table. So not only are we celebrating Thanksgiving, we're also very blessed and thankful for all these other events that we're celebrating on that same day. So now after you make your list, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna clean out your fridge. So I'm gonna show you really quickly my disgusting, messy, real life refrigerator for a family of 6. I do food shop every Friday, so this coming Friday is not only gonna be my normal week food shopping, but it's also going to be my Thanksgiving food shopping. So it's gonna be a shiny penny this week, but that's why I have to make my list. Going along with that, the whole week of my meal menu, for every night of the week, I try to keep it very simple and cheap of meals. So every night this week we'll have easy meals like grilled cheese, BLTs, things like that, just because I need to think and I want to keep a clean kitchen for the week, and I want to make my life a little bit easier. So some things I'll make ahead, that way I'm not like standing here trying to make like a huge meal every single night when Thanksgiving is coming up. So if you're gonna make your meal plan along with your Thanksgiving meal plan, try to make it simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what my refrigerator looks like. It's a complete mess. I'm gonna clean that out. I'm gonna make space for all the things that I'm gonna be buying for Thanksgiving and for my normal week. And then I'll tell you my next step. All right, so I'm being completely real here. Like, my refrigerator is dirty. Like, one of the kids ripped the thing off. I have to fix that. I have to clean off fingerprints. And here is my messy fridge after one whole week. I clean out my fridge every Friday morning before I food shop. And this is what it looks like by the end of the week. There's tons of leftovers that we didn't eat. It's just so unorganized. So I'm gonna go ahead, clean this out, organize it, clean my shelves, so that come Thursday, this week, I'll make sure that I take the extra couple minutes to make sure that everybody puts things away correctly and that it doesn't look like this come Thursday. So let's get started. Also, before you clean out your refrigerator, I have a tip. Make sure that your sink is empty, your dishwasher is empty, because you're gonna have tons of leftover containers that you're throwing in the sink, and you don't wanna add those on top of dirty dishes. That is like my biggest pet peeve. I skeeve it, I hate it. I'm cleaning out disgusting containers on top of dirty dishes. I'd rather just have an empty sink. I can quickly rinse out my containers and put them in the dishwasher, and then I don't have to give myself double the work. So my sink is emptied, so now I'm gonna do the fridge. Okay, so I got rid of all the leftover food, all the things that were expired. Now I just have to go in, take everything out, and clean down my shelves. So I'm gonna get that done really fast. Okay, all wiped out, all organized, ready for me to go do my food shopping. So now my next step is for you to keep like a container, maybe at the bottom shelf or something. That's probably what I'll do. I'll put the leftover soup there. And then now that bottom shelf would be for all things that I can put in the refrigerator for Thanksgiving. And maybe I'll put a label like do not eat or something like that. To organize your pantry. My pantry's pretty much organized. So what I'll do is I'll get like either like a box or a ShopRite bag or some kind of paper bag, and I'll keep that at the bottom, and I'll put all my stuff that I bought for Thanksgiving down in that bin or bag, so that will be out of the way, out of reach from anyone. I already did start stocking up on like cranberry sauce and turkey gravy and things like that. You also want to make sure that you have plenty of foil. If you're going to be using your crock pot, the crock pot slow cooker liners are easy cleanup and they're BPA free. Make sure you have lots of foil, saran wrap. And then I also clean out my drawers. This is my drawer that I have all my Ziploc baggies. I make sure I have plenty of snack size, gallon Ziploc, freezer bags if you want to freeze any leftovers, and regular baggie sizes. Make sure that you do, again, so you can put like leftover cookies or any kind of leftovers and freeze it, or just send it to go with certain people. And make sure you have lots of foil. I think I already mentioned that as well. Foil is super important if you can't find lids. Speaking of Tupperware, look at this mess. I need to go through this. And I actually, just looking at this, I think I might even need to maybe buy a few new like Tupperware containers, because I know I'm gonna have plenty of leftovers and I don't think I have enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and organize this, so that way, come Thanksgiving, if someone's helping me in the kitchen and they say, hey, where are your containers? I could start filling them up. They don't have to be like in that commercial where everything's like falling all over the place. So as you can see, I have intentions on having an organized Tupperware cabinet, but sometimes it doesn't stay like that. Like this doesn't even belong in there. So I'm gonna do this and I'll show you what it looks like after. Okay, so I put like tons of like the Tupperware and lids in there, and I have some stacked up right there. So it's pretty organized, ready to go for Thanksgiving. I do have a lot, and cleaned out my refrigerator just a little bit ago. So I do have a good amount. I didn't realize how many leftovers I had in there. So once I wash, dry, and put these away, then I can really, you know, decide if I really need to buy any more. Maybe not, maybe just a couple smaller containers, like maybe from the dollar store or something like that. Okay, so once everything is set and cleaned and everything and organized, now you're gonna go make your list of the things that you're gonna need. You're gonna open up any kind of recipes that you have. Make sure you look at every single ingredient and write it down if you don't have it. I know that I only have 3 sticks of butter in there, so when I go and make my list, I definitely need butter because I need butter for my stuffing, my turkey, for cookies, for pies. So I need to stock up on butter. And there's a lot of other things I need. So now it would be so much easier to see what you need in a cleaned up fridge and pantry than when it's all messy and jumbled up. You don't know what you have, you're like digging through stuff. So you're better off to have it all organized. So once you have your list of food, then you wanna go and see if do you have enough pots and pans, do you have enough silverware, plates for everyone, containers for leftovers. That's super important. I can't tell you how many times I didn't have enough containers if people want to take food to go or if I just want to put it in here. Ziploc freezer bags are also very good for certain food items. You don't have to have a container. You can always put it in a freezer bag as well. They work just as good. Another thing that I like to have planned is games for the kids. We do have 10 grandchildren that all get together that range in ages from 19 to 3. So I like to have games for the kids, and for the adults. I do leave this up to my sister-in-law. She always plans the games. She's a teacher, so she's really good at like putting those kinds of things together, and it gets the kids, you know, instead of them just running around and making messes and arguing, they have like a plan, and it kind of keeps the adults from, you know, doing their thing, and then the kids can do their thing, and it's a lot more controlled environment. A couple days before Thanksgiving, I will wash all of my china. My family always tells me, why do you take your china out? And you know, it's just so much more work to wash everything. I use my china once a year and I look forward to it. It looks really pretty on the table. You don't have to use your fine china. You can use paper plates. It's just as special. It really doesn't matter. But me personally, I got it for my wedding almost 15 years ago, and I really enjoy taking that out once a year. So I'll, a day or two before, I'll make sure everything's cleaned off. All the wine glasses are washed off. They're not dusty. I make sure I have all my, my nice napkins, tablecloths. Make sure you have enough chairs for everyone to sit on. And another thing, I always make sure all of my bathrooms are clean. Even if it's bathrooms upstairs and nobody's going upstairs, I can't tell you how many times someone was in the guest bathroom and then they're like, oh, can I go upstairs and use your bathroom? And then I'm like, oh man, my upstairs is a disaster. My bathroom's a disaster. I have 4 boys, so you could just only imagine. So I always make sure all of my bathrooms are clean. So if someone needs to go upstairs, I don't have to feel embarrassed. And then make sure you start defrosting your turkey at least a week in advance. I get my turkey frozen. So Friday I will go buy my frozen turkey and I'll keep it in my refrigerator for the week. And every day I'll just keep checking on him. I call him him. I'll keep checking on him and make sure he's not frozen. And then just do what I need to do and make sure that he's defrosted, because there's nothing worse than waking up on Thanksgiving morning with a frozen turkey. I mean, what are you gonna do? So yeah, so that's super important. Okay, so back to cleaning your house. You wanna make sure your house is clean. A lot of people enter in my garage. Right now, my garage, you can't even walk through it. There's sports stuff everywhere. So on my list this weekend, my husband and I will clean our garage. So when everyone parks on the side and they're carrying their food and their bags, they could just come in through the garage and not have to fall. So you have to think ahead for different things like this. Some things you may think like, oh, why do I have to clean my garage for Thanksgiving? But it's important. You wanna make sure everyone feels welcome and that they have like that sense of calmness when they come to your home. And make an easy meal plan again for your week. You don't have to have these big luxurious dinners when Thanksgiving is approaching. You can make ahead a few different things. I don't make ahead too many things, but a couple casseroles I might make ahead a couple days and just have them in the fridge and they're ready to go. I might make some cookies and freeze them ahead of time. We'll see if I have time. And last but not least, make sure you have a breakfast plan for Thanksgiving morning. This is something I always run into. I get ahead of myself with Thanksgiving, and then I don't think about the morning, and then all my kids want to eat, and in my head, I'm like freaking out because people are coming, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. And I don't have time to stand there and make eggs or pancakes for anyone, or even them making messes with bowls and cereal. It's driving me crazy. So a couple years ago, I decided to just go to my store. They have already made like breakfast quiches or breakfast pies or frozen waffles or frozen pancakes, and then that way the kids can just make it on a paper plate, throw it away, and then you don't have a mess. And they have breakfast. A couple years, everybody's like, they're monsters because they're starving and I'm busy and I don't want them in my way. So I just make something easy so that everyone still gets fed, but it's not a mess and it's not in your way. So I really hope that I gave you a lot of ideas and plans for your Thanksgiving to make it a little bit more easier. I love Thanksgiving, but it is a lot of stress and it is a lot of preparing. I pretty much have it down now, like I've had it for many years. But it was a very chatty vlog, but I do hope that I gave you some ideas and help. So in the next couple days, you will be seeing, I'm gonna upload a video on my Thanksgiving grocery haul, which will also be my regular food haul for the week. And I'll tell you different like ingredients and things like that I'm using for the meals that we're gonna be preparing. So again, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for joining me. I really hope you have an easy, calm, blessed Thanksgiving. And I really hope you guys come back and watch me again soon. Give this video a big thumbs up and let me know what you're thankful for. Message me. Yes, that's actually a great idea. Message me and let me know what you're thankful for. I'm very thankful for my family, for my home, for our health, and I'm thankful for you guys. I can't believe I just hit this week 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers is like peanuts compared to everybody else, but honestly, I didn't even know I would even get 100, and that just has gotten me so much more motivated. I'm really loving and enjoying making the videos, so I'm very blessed and thankful for you guys, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thanks again.